So Dr. Umar calls out Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley and accuses them of being sellouts to the black community and accuses them of being paid to shame black folks into voting for Democrats. And I agree with him on this. And if you see me looking over at a piece of paper, family, that's just for me to stay on topic with the particular things in this video I want to be talking about. Yeah, but I agree with Dr. Umar on this because these boule Negroes like the Roland Martins, the Steve Harvey, the D.L. Hugleys, the Ricky Smileys, the Democratic plantation, get them out here to shame us into voting and selling us a dream that we'll actually get something from the Democratic Party for voting. And in all actuality, neither party got a plan for foundational black Americans. And these kinds of people, these boule type of Negroes, got an I mentality, meaning they don't give a damn about the black masses. They just give a damn about getting their butter biscuits and a seat at the table. But then Dr. Umar also says something interesting in this video I seen as well. He said Kamala Harris wanted to pay him $10K to do an interview. And Steve Harvey actually responded to this. And he said, I guess he took it that Dr. Umar was saying he was paid $10K. And he said he wasn't paid, he couldn't be paid $10K to do anything. And I beg to differ. I think Steve Harvey will sell out his mom if the price is right. Unfortunately, we do got this kind of mindset that sometimes exists within our people. And it's shameful if you ask me. But I think it was very telling if, like I know that Kamala Harris offered Dr. Umar $10K for an interview. It's very, very telling because Brother Tariq Nasheed offered for anybody to come just sit down with him at his Hidden History Museum just to discuss what's the policies, what's the tangibles for foundational black Americans. So she won't as much as send a representative to sit with Tariq Nasheed, but she'll offer up the pay to have an interview with Dr. Umar. Insane. And this is because Pan-Africanism has no sting. Pan-Africanism forces you to chase some false sense of global black unity among people that most of the times don't even see themselves as being black nor want anything to do with blackness. And Pan-Africanism and the Democratic Party have two things in common. With the Democratic Party, they push this minority, this immigration stuff, which buries foundational black Americans and gives foundational black Americans the short end of the stick. And Pan-Africanism pushes this false sense of blackness throughout the world, which is most times foundational black Americans been the only ones upholding this global black unity. And we get the short end of the stick with that because for the most part, we as foundational black Americans are the most codified black group on the planet that there is. And that just is what it is. But let's continue on. Before we get into Dr. Umar, because I want to talk some more things about some things I don't see eye to eye with him on. I do want to say the one thing I do agree with Dr. Umar on is his stance on black love and not laying with snow bunnies and things of that nature. Because black man for black woman for black man, vice versa, And but the one thing I don't agree with Dr. Umar on is he was saying that his stance on reparations, I don't agree with him on because he was saying that reparations should be one big thing for everybody black in the world. It should be one big reparations movement. When reparations can't be that way. We're different groups of people with different cultures. We were oppressed by different groups of people. And this is one big reparations movement would just screw everything up. It must be lineage based for foundational black Americans. One big reparations movement, it will be too many hands in the pot. We're different people with different cultures and identities. A lot of these people don't even see themselves as the same as us, as foundational black Americans, and that's cool. But Dr. Umar got a lot of white supremacist talking points too, truth be told, when it comes to how he sees reparations. He says that I guess it needs to be studied and looked at, that if black folks get all that money, that they'll squander the money, spend it on rims, cars, Jordans, fake hair, things like that. And these are white supremacist talking points because give us the reparations that's owed to us. There'll be some black people that, yeah, sure, they'll mess up the money, but it'll be more black people that, circulate the money in the community, build businesses, put other black people on, build institutions. And reparations is needed. It doesn't matter what we do with the reparations, If people want to squander it, you'll have certain cases of that, but we'll have more people that'll use it to generate generational wealth for their family and their loved ones. And it's not on anybody to say, that it needs to be studied, this, that, or the other, or we need to look into it more, because they don't do this with no other group of people when they give them reparations. It's only when foundational Black Americans are going to get something. People want to speak out all of these things that it needs to be studied. We'll just squander the money, trick off the money. Whatever Black folks do with that money, that's on them. But the bulk of us is going to use it, me included, to build generational wealth for us and our people, to bring our, not just some of our people along. We're going to lift and pull all of our people up. But the main thing I want the family to take away from this is that just because people look like us, everybody that look like us is not for us. And this is in terms of the DL Hugleys and all of these people that are trying to shame us into voting for the Democratic Party. Just because people look like us don't mean they got our same resilience and our spirit to have our best interests in mind. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.